and welcome to today's video, and in this tutorial I will be showing you how you can recreate this simple gradient logo. Now it's really easy to do and let's dive right in. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'll be opening up a new document, and for this video I will be using this custom size document which is 1000 by 1000 pixels, and I will be renaming my document to be gradient logo. So now, as you can see, Adobe Illustrator provides a variety of preloaded documents for you to choose from. So you can go ahead and choose any one of them if you like. But just in case if you want to use the same document size that I am using, just type in 1000 and 1000 in the width and the height options right here, and change the dimensions to pixels. So let's start. Okay. So before I start, I also want to make sure that I have my smart guides switched on. So smart guides will be helping me to make my gradient logo. So in order to do that, we'll be going to this view panel right here and making sure that the smart guides has been ticked on like this one. Okay, so you go ahead and switch this on. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is that I'll be adding a background color to this, right? So as you can see that when we open a new document, by default over here in this layers panel, a new layer comes up, right? So I'll just double click on this and rename this layer to background. Okay, so I'll be adding a really dark color to my background. So I'll be using this rectangle tool right here, and I do not require the stroke. And over here in this fill drop down option, I'll be choosing the color black. So now that my rectangle tool has been activated, I'll click on my document once and you'll get this box. So over here we have to type in the same document size that we had chosen. So our document size was 1000 by 1000 pixels. So I'll be just typing in 1000 by 1000 and clicking on OK, and a box comes up like this. So with the help of the selection tool, I'll be just dragging my mouse like this until it fits the entire document like that. So I'll go ahead and also lock my layer over here. So like the reason I'm also locking my layer is because that when I make my gradient logo, I do not accidentally move my background around or I accidentally do not delete it. So by locking the layer, it's going to stay there, and as you can see, you cannot edit anything or you cannot add anything since it's locked. So we'll go ahead and create a new layer. And in this layer, second layer, I'll rename this to logo, because since this second layer is the layer that we will be working on, right? So I'll come back here and I'll be choosing the ellipse tool. I do not require the fill for this one, and I'll be changing the stroke to white. Oops, yeah. And over here in this stroke weight means the outline of your shape. So by default it's 1. So I'll just go ahead and make it 3. So that becomes a little thicker while we are going to make our design. Right, so as you can see that the smart guides has been switched on, this pink line comes up, right? So as over here, it detects the center of our document. So I'll take my mouse over there. I'll click on Shift plus Alt and drag my mouse to create a big circle like that. Okay. Oops. Yeah. So I'll be using the ellipse tool again. Come back here to the center. Click on Shift and Alt again, and this time I'll be creating a second circle which is slightly smaller than a first circle like that. Okay. So I'll be using the selection tool and I'll just grab this circle and then just move it to the top in a straight line like that. So I'll select this again, click on Alt and drag my circle downwards like this. So by clicking on Alt and dragging your shape, it makes the second copy of your original shape. But just in case if you're facing a problem with the Alt command and you're unable to make the second copy with the Alt button, you can go ahead and just copy paste it like Control C and Control V. That also works. Right. So basic shape is made, right? So I'll go ahead and select my shapes like this. And I'll be using this shape builder tool over here. So as you can see that if I move my mouse around my shapes, it detects all these different shapes, right? So what I want to do is that I'll be combining shapes together first. So I'll select this and just drag my mouse into this second portion like that, and it gets combined. Similarly, I'll repeat the same process on the other side as well. I'll select this inner portion and then just drag my mouse like that. So this shape gets created, but you see this inner portion, right? I do not require that. So I'll be clicking on Alt. So if you click on Alt, you can see that the plus sign, which is right below my cursor, gets changed into minus. And you just click on the inner portion once like that. Okay. So once that's done, you can see that the inner portion over here that also gets deleted. Okay. So now our shape that's being made, let's go ahead and add the gradients. So I'll select this first shape and come over here to this gradient tool. Select this and we'll be using this first type, which is the linear gradient. And as you can see in the gradient slider, this is by default that the gradient is going to be from white to black, but I'll be changing the colors here. So I double click on the white one and I'll be choosing a lighter shade. I'll be choosing this yellow color, and on the dark and on the black one, I'll double click on this and I'll be choosing a slightly darker shade of a color. And I'll go ahead and choose this nice dark blue shade like this, and I'll be just dragging my mouse like that to change the angle like this, and done. Okay, so now once that's done, we can go ahead and add the same gradient on the other side, on this other portion as well. So I'll select this, come back here to this gradient tool and add the same gradient like this. So this was preloaded since we just used the yellow and blue gradient. So the same gradient is there as of now. If you want, you can let the gradient be as it is, or if you want, you can also change the colors over here. But since I'll be sticking to the same gradient, I let it be. And I'll just change the angle as well. So I'll just take it like that and done. So once this is done, I can let the stroke be the way it is, or just in case if you do not want the stroke, I'll select this again and come over here to this drop down menu of the stroke and go ahead and also click on none to delete our stroke. So there you have it. So we've made our gradient logo. So we can go ahead and also save our document. So to do that, we'll be going to File, clicking on Save As. So by default, my file name over here will be the same as our document name, which was the gradient logo. And a Save As type is going to be Adobe Illustrator. So I highly recommend that we save our file in this format so that in case if I want to make any further changes, or if I change my mind, I want to change the gradient, I want to add the stroke or something. So I can easily access my AI file. And we go ahead I'll just rename this a little. So since this was a video, so I'll just add the word video in front of it and click on save and OK. And there you go. Our logo has now been successfully saved as an AI file. So as you can see that this our name gets updated and this .ai comes right in front of our document. So that's it. So I hope you found this video to be useful, and you can also use the same tools to recreate and experiment with different shapes and play around with the colors, shapes, strokes, add the background color if you like, and that's all. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.